You know, I'm tired of working at this. Bass fishing is hard work. And the older I get, the lazier I get. But I still want to be productive while I'm fishing. This is my first little choice. Now, how simple is that? A grub head and a little small swim bait. Get it on a medium action spinning rod, 10-pound line. Anybody can use this. This is pond fishing equipment on a big reservoir. But it has been extremely successful for me this year. A swim bait style profile looks like a minnow. It looks really natural. And here I am working. I'm working hard for my presentation. I threw it out. I'm winding it back. Cast it out. Keep it just almost like a spinnerbait, where the blade of a spinnerbait is not visible, where you just kind of see the flash. Keep it down in the water column, 6 to 12 to 15 inches. This particular technique has served well for me on smallmouth bass waters. The AOI championship this year, I caught all my fish about that deep. You do have an open hook, so you can't really throw it to the meat of the cover, but you can throw it to the peripheral edge of it. Just almost like a spinnerbait, keep my rod tip up and wind. The only tricky part about this is what style of jig head do you want to use, and why would you use something other than a round ball head? Round ball is the one I use probably 80% of the time, but if I'm having to crank this thing down in the water column, you know, a foot, 2 foot, 3 foot down, I'll put a football head jig on there. Put a 3/8 ounce football head jig. The center of gravity of that makes that bait want to sit further down in the water, and I can keep it down, and those fish can come up from longer distances if you have clear water where they can see the bait from a distance. But in this scenario, we've got a lot of bait fish in the backs of the bays, and they're stingy. I mean, we've got high blue sky. They don't really want to eat, but they'll show themselves from time to time. And color becomes of the utmost importance. You want to have very visible or very natural colors. This is green gizzard shad. You can see that it's got a little bit of fluorescence to its back. It's not overpowering, kind of a pearl belly. This is one I use all over the country. My second choice is blue gizzard. It's kind of got a blue fluorescence to it. When I get in darker waters, like in Florida, tannic colored waters, Arkansas Shiner is a really good one, kind of a brown with the pearl belly. I like the pearl belly on most all of my baits. There's one right there. How about that? Just eased up there and got it. And what you're going to see right here is how well this little fish is hooked. Get up here, buddy. Come on up here. That fish is hooked right through the top of the mouth. He's hooked deep. He's hooked good. But that's just almost 100% hookup ratio. I mean, I don't have to add any other jerking it, snapping it, winding it, pulling it on the bottom. Just throw it and wind it. Make it simple. It's taken me years to realize that it needs to be done that way. 10-pound Seagar InvisX on a 7-foot shaky head rod from Lou's, a custom speed stick, and a loose spinning reel. The little swim bait is a soft plastic bait that has a natural action to it. Hollow body baits have a tendency to want to roll when they swim. These bass are chasing minnows. They're not chasing big gizzard shad. So this real nice tight wiggle really turns them on. This is being budget minded. It's not expensive. A pack of these baits will last you a day if you're catching a whole lot of fish. A couple 3 jig heads is all you need to have just about as an effective way to fish as possible.